pesos muy distintos, nunca se va a poder dar esa pelea.
Nada más se puede, pero si él viene para 168, tal vez.
Sí, pero no creo que lo haga.
Pues sí, lo importante es ganar, vernos bien. Estamos trabajando muy fuerte, creo que tenemos que ganar la pelea.
He could get dropped, or he feels it enough to be like, fuck this, I'm boxing, and goes on the bicycle and turns southpaw for the rest of the night. And I wouldn't blame him either. Fuck it, you're gonna go in there and collect a fucking paycheck at that point.
Right.
You're not gonna go get hurt.
Right.
What good is it to get fucking 20, 30 million if you are fucking hurt physically, end up in the hospital and hurt just physically, life-changing, you don't want that shit.
But you think Canelo could hurt him? It could be life-changing?
Good, he's that big, fool. One punch could fucking knock him out bad enough to hurt his eye socket or detached retina. You never fucking know.
Right.
Right away, things got very tense. Like always, Terrence Bud and Canelo Alvarez would meet with the cameras. Crawford quickly turned into one of the tense fights in history. It wasn't Canelo this time. It was when Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's manager, lost it and threatened Crawford that things went very badly. What you did will make you feel bad. But it wasn't just trash talk. What Reynoso said was important because it wasn't just about the fight. For Canelo, they were a way to get respect, make the world a better place, and move up in his job. What was interesting was that Crawford didn't move. That smile from Reynoso seems to have helped him feel even more sure that he had the skills to beat Canelo.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it. Come fight
and
now.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
know
see.
it.
We'll see.
We gonna see.
But now things get even better. This wasn't just a fight of words. No one agreed on anything. Reynoso and Canelo both want to keep up their great names. Crawford is betting that his smarts and willingness to take risks will make up for his short height.
I know he's a good fighter, but this is just different. You know,
great fighter.
You see what happened when a good fighter jump up and his opponent is great fighter. So you're gonna find out.
So that means you're a good fighter and Bivol is a great fighter. Is you a good fighter or a great fighter? Let me know.
I'm a great fighter.
So you got your ass whooped by a good fighter, right?
You're a good fighter.
Well, every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter.
I'm not.
There are many stories about how strong Bud was. Some say that Canelo will be stunned, but at 168, power and size always win. A big part of the middle class, though, thinks there is no winner in this fight. A lot of things could happen. It looks like a lot is at stake in this situation.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that. But I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terrence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing.
A lot.
Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
The fight of the decade might have gone in a different direction after this press conference. Let's break it down. This is how it happened. Crawford showed how sure of himself and skilled he was when he said he already knew how to beat Canelo. He seemed distant and even cocky. "I've studied him," Bud said as he leaned into the mic. "The plan is up to me. I'm sure I can beat him again because I've already done it.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev
We have to
was
respect
older.
the power of Canelo.
He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power. But all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
The first person who comes to mind when we think of him is Crawford. Crawford seemed at ease and sure of himself. As the reporters got closer, people in the crowd whispered. After that, Eddie Reynoso hit the table with his hand. Do you think this fight will be easy? Reynoso hit back. Canelo is not like other welterweights because he is tough to beat. The winner is 168 pounds. You'll be sorry you went into this ring. You'll be sorry that you thought you could steal his name here. Headlines were made in an instant.
Jamel was undisputed at 154, and Canelo hit him, and Jamel was like, hell no, Jamel took a knee. You know, so it's a big difference. And Crawford had that one fight at 154, and he didn't, Madrimov would touch him up a little bit. And this is nowhere close to Madrimov. You talk about Canelo. Now, if it was just another bigger guy, I would go with Crawford. But you talk about this might be, people might kill me for it, but well, not really, but this might be the best Mexican fighter ever. One of them, at least, right? You talk about Canelo and Crawford going up against him. So the only thing they have, but I would say the only thing he has going for him is he's a skillful fighter, and Canelo is older, but so is Crawford too. I think Crawford is 37, 38, something like that. Canelo's 36, so they both are older right now. But man, I don't personally see it. Now, a lot of people see that Crawford can beat Canelo. It's just like that punch resistance is something else. They make weight classes for a reason. If he could beat him, man, I think he on the Mount Rushmore of fighters if Crawford can pull this off. But I don't see it.
So, what made Reynoso lose his cool? Simple. During this fight, he wants to do more than just make money. It looks like it's close.
From Chepo Reynoso to his son and current head trainer Eddie, this collaboration transcends more typical trainer-boxer bonds. They're family.
Me conoce desde que tengo 13 años. Como un hermano, la verdad es que es como familia para mí. Pues prácticamente llegué al gimnasio sabiendo muy poco y Eddie me hizo todo lo que soy. Y Eddie sabe lo que puedo hacer, me manda a hacer lo que sé hacer y sabe que si me manda a hacer algo lo voy a hacer perfectamente. A lo mejor no en ese rato, pero ya lo traigo en la cabeza y en el momento que lo necesite lo voy a hacer. Tengo un equipo muy bueno y me mantienen tranquilo. Hemos tenido muchos campamentos, hemos estado mucho tiempo juntos. Prácticamente la he pasado más tiempo con ellos que con mi familia quizá.
Reynoso and Canelo have been together since they were teenagers. Reynoso has seen Canelo go from being a Mexican professional boxer to becoming one of the most famous people in sports. When people say bad things about Canelo or that Crawford might beat him in a fight, they seem to be insulting Eddie.
No, lo de Eddie de Munguía, pues obviamente con Munguía estamos al 100%, ¿no? Él lo sabe. Solamente él sabe lo que pasó. No, al final de cuentas sabe lo que pasó. Obviamente la gente le tira a Eddie que porque Eddie no le lleva su suplementación, Eddie no le lleva sus cosas de lo que tiene que comer, ni mucho menos para que entiendan. Eddie nomás lo entrena y punto. ¿Cuál fue hace tiempo yo le dije a Eddie, tú tienes, el día que vayas a agarrar un peleador, ¿qué es lo que tienes que hacer? Agarrarlo desde todo. Tú tienes que darle de comer, suplementación y todo. ¿Para qué? Para que no te pasen esas cosas, porque ya han pasado. Y lo que sí tengan bien claro es que nosotros creemos en Munguía, que seguramente lo va a aclarar pronto. Y lo que quiero que tengan bien claro es que Eddie Reynoso no le da su suplementación. Eddie Reynoso nomás se dedica a entrenar. Párenle de contar.
For another thing, remember that boxing coaches do more than just watch. For the kids' upbringing, safety, and direction, they are answerable. Crawford must have been rude to Reynoso when he said that. It wasn't just, I can beat your fighter. It said, I can dismantle everything you've built. It makes sense that Reynoso was so angry. What's wrong is this, though? Was this done out of anger, or was there another reason? In the end, going to the press is part of the fight.
If he's able to be aggressive, not be affected by Bud's punches, and just keep, attacking and imposing that will on him, and then Bud being the dog that he is, and just saying, you know what, I'm gonna go, I'm letting loose. I think that can change the effect on Bud, and I think that will be the way that Alvarez can win that fight.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so what do you think? Obviously, if Bud remains slick, what outside of that could cause Canelo to lose?
Some people say Canelo never gets angry. Everyone knows that Crawford can always keep his cool. After Reynoso took over, things changed. At the same time, it's teacher versus fighter. When they play mind games, they're having a great time.
Let me tell you what I think should be going. The notion that Terrence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Reynoso tells them, you will regret this, but it's not just words. It's meant to make you suspicious of them, to persuade Crawford that this is not Errol Spence and get him to change his mind. Sean Porter isn't there. At 168 pounds, he is pretty heavy. This is where the twist is. Crawford was not to be found. He didn't say anything. He leaned back, smiled, and said yes. And if you know Bud, that smile means he is already 10 steps ahead. Reynoso's comment alone is not enough. To deal with the elephant in the room, that was their goal. There won't be a welterweight or even a junior middleweight in this fight. The super middleweight class has had a winner in Canelo Alvarez for a long time. The most weight that can enter is 168 pounds.
What are your expectations for what the next couple of months are going to hold for both guys?
This is going to be super interesting for Canelo especially. Everyone's focusing on Terrence Crawford because he's a smaller guy. How much weight is he going to put on, et cetera, et cetera. No rehydration clause in this fight. Meaning, like when Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo's the bigger guy, he put a rehydration clause in because Floyd was the money guy. If Canelo wanted the payday, he had to acquiesce and give Floyd what he wanted. Canelo's the money guy. Terrence Crawford can't go in there and say, hey, I want a rehydration clause. Not that he even would, right? So everyone's looking at Crawford. How big is he going to be? But I'm looking at Canelo. What Canelo comes into this fight? The older Canelo, meaning the younger Canelo, the older guy, the old, long time ago Canelo, who was a really well-rounded counterpuncher, who could do everything, or this more recent Canelo, who just hunts guys down and has become more one-dimensional.
Canelo can do more than just lift heavy things. He feels at ease there. He's in charge of that. He loses weight and then gets it back before the fight. To put it another way, he starts out as a light heavyweight and moves up to heavyweight. Its shoulders are wide, its neck is long, and its legs look like tree stumps. He is built to hurt people, like a tank.
Boxing Doctor News. Hold on to your gloves, fight fans. The boxing world is buzzing about the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford showdown. Trainer Bob Santos is placing his bets on Canelo Alvarez, and here's why. It's all about size and power, folks. Canelo's been crushing it at super middleweight, while Crawford's making a massive leap up. Santos thinks Canelo's experience at 168 pounds will be too much for Crawford to handle. But don't count Crawford out just yet. He's undefeated for a reason. Will Canelo's strength prevail, or can Crawford's skills overcome the size difference? This fight's got everyone talking, and it's anyone's game. Who are you rooting for in this epic clash? Drop your predictions in the comments.
But when you look at Crawford, you will notice some big differences. Like most people, he weighs about the same. Even better, he had won 140 titles before. On a good night, Bud might weigh about 154 pounds. This number might go up a little if he works really hard, but he is still at least 15 to 20 pounds lighter than Canelo. Yes, those extra pounds do make a difference. They're not just a scale. There is weight behind every jab, hook, and body hit that hurts the ribs. That's why Reynoso looked at him so closely. He was telling Crawford that Sean Porter and Errol Spence were no longer together. This person has been able to knock out big middleweights with his left hook. Some of the fighters this man faced off against were Sergey Kovalev and Dmitry Bivol.
Canelo Crawford coming up September. What do you think about that fight?
Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
There's more going on than just Canelo's attack. It has to last. Crawford has beat well-known welterweights, but will his punches really excite someone who keeps moving forward even after being hit by 175-pounders? Reynoso says that Bud and everyone else there should think about that. Before the first bell rings, he wants the size argument to be the main thing that people talk about. What the story says will make people think. Even though the chances are against him, Terrence is the crowd favorite going into this fight. Most of all, it's scary, especially for Reynoso. Not many people agree with this point of view. Besides Canelo's effect, there are other things going on here. There is also Eddie Reynoso involved. Trainers are in charge of the fighters' names. Even though they don't fight, Paige and Freddie Roach are worth listening to, because D'Amato and Tyson are two of them. Michael Dundee and David Ali. Eddie Reynoso's progress has been helped by Canelo. If Reynoso hurts Canelo, Crawford will beat him. He looks out for them because of this. That's why he checked out Bud. It's both Reynoso and Canelo's fight. After this news conference, the boxing world had to blow up. Juan Fernando Vargas said this about Crawford: Bud's strength is unreal. Canelo will know something is wrong when the bell rings, even if Reynoso tells him not to.
And you know what? He's strong. I've actually sparred Crawford. I've sparred Crawford, and I was walking around like 180. I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be able to move him around, and nah, bro. Crawford, I think he has like wrestling in his background or whatever.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And he's strong, bro, and he's just a real strong guy. So, it's gonna be a great fight. I feel Crawford has the skills, right? But Canelo has the weight, and he also has the experience.
But Antonio Tarver agreed with Reynoso that people need to be careful. But Andre Ward didn't see Reynoso's anger as a sign of hopelessness. The dogs start to bark in this way when their owners are under a lot of stress. Crawford is still set on killing someone. It was also easy to talk to Sean Porter, the real Bud boxer. Both Canelo and Crawford are bad guys.
The others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terrence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean?
So, boxing is split up again. This is the real question. What's different inside the ring? Mentally, Canelo may be better ready for the fight because he knows that his boss is ready and will back him up. For Crawford, it might give him more energy. It makes Bud happy to ask questions, be mean, and hear bad things. Crawford also believes that he can beat Canelo. He said it over and over. He knows that killing the other man is not his job. Bivol and Mayweather have already shown that he only needs 12 control rounds. The things Reynoso said won't hurt. That bond. No one is sure, even after this amazing press meeting. That's what makes this fight so unique. Canelo's size is being talked about by some. Some people are counting on Crawford's smarts. The race is then called a tie by a large group of middle-class people.
I don't gotta knock him out to beat him. He's never been knocked out before, but he lost fights before. So everybody, that's coming in thinking that I need a knockout to beat Canelo Alvarez is wrong. And that's not the approach that, we take in this fight. If the knockout comes, then it comes. But we're not going in there to knock him out. We're not looking for the knockout.
Terrence, you have said if you win, you feel you're on the Mount Rushmore.
I didn't say if I win.
Okay.
I said when I win.
When you win. Well, with that, what is Terrence Crawford's legacy with a win over Canelo?
Listen, I already said it. I'm on that.
It was clear that people like Edgar Berlanga can make anything happen. Canelo is smarter than Crawford, even though Crawford is smart. The game is tied. So, events like when Reynoso broke are significant. How you handle your thoughts could make all the difference in this close fight.
My good friend, my brother, Terrence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring. I know you haven't been in the ring with Terrence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terrence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't.
What do you think the most important question is right now? Was Reynoso right? Has Crawford thought about how hard it would be to beat Canelo, who is big and strong? Or was Bud Smile the real answer? There is proof that he is ready to shock everyone and is 3 steps ahead of them. Put your thoughts in the place given below. If you want to see more fighting stories like this movie and sign up for Boxing Motive, I'll see you in the next movie.